What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. What is it about crime that people think is so glamorous? As long as there's been a mass media, there have been criminals portrayed as heroes, be they in movies like The Godfather, or in real life stories like that of Bonnie and Clyde's nationwide crime spree, or the similar tale of their more murderous admirer, Jack Dillinger, who got killed by cops in a shootout. Sometimes crimes are fascinating, but sometimes they go way wrong and become plain funny. Watch this video to find out the top 10 most amazing robberies caught on camera. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 10. The first robbery on this list is a small trio of guys in ski masks caught on security footage robbing an ATM. The video shows the entire crime in all its detail, and it takes all of 1 minute and 10 seconds to complete. Way quicker than it would take the police to show up, and based on the outfits and equipment, these guys are clearly professionals, especially since ATMs are alarmed and fitted with cameras. Robbing a store is probably a better bet than robbing an ATM these days, where it's probably a lot easier for cops to trace the stolen money from one of those machines than from somewhere else. The most impressive part is probably when they attach a hook to the front panel of the ATM and get someone to pull it off with a vehicle parked outside. It's all expertly done and scarily impressive. Number 9. Here we have some poor quality footage from a TV show about an incident when two people try to rob a Bank of America. To say it's real footage, the documentary narrator of this 1997 incident does a good job of heavily dramatizing it. Or maybe it doesn't even need to be dramatized because the two thieves were using modified AK-47s with armor-piercing rounds, which is just cruel to be honest because most of the cops weren't even wearing armor. Admittedly though, it is kind of funny the police all had to leave and go to a gun store so they could take on the gunman. Ultimately, this time the police triumph over the bad guys.
North Hollywood, February 1997. This is the case that would change the rules forever. Officers find themselves against a fully automatic modified AK-47 with armored piercing bullets. But now officers are returning from the gun store. But his robbing days are over.
Officers approaching the vehicle.
Number 8. The footage from this next door robbery is kind of harrowing. Just to warn you, as you actually see the guy chop into people's arms and legs with his hatchet, and the second guy actually shoots the manager at one point. These thieves are way less streamlined than some of the others, but far more aggressive, gathering all the employees into one office and ordering them to the ground before the cops finally showed up and made them flee. I have no idea if they actually got caught, but given the amount of fear they put into the staff members and their hidden faces, it's unlikely they'd ever be recognized. It's a scary situation though, and even obeying them didn't stop them from attacking. Lucky the manager was brave enough to hit the panic button and alert the authorities.
3 masked robbers storm in. The employees cower on the floor, but they're shown no mercy. Clearly, these hoods place no value on human life. A pistol to his friend's skull convinces him to cooperate. But instead of leaving, in a chilling display, they round up all the witnesses and order them to the floor. Approaching sirens force the gang to cut and run.
Number 7. Is Catwoman called Catwoman because she likes cats or because she's an incredibly proficient cat burglar? Well, it happens to be both. And here we see a news bulletin talking about a real-life Catwoman currently being dubbed by the presses as the Jogger Jewel Thief, because she is often seen committing her crimes in gym wear. It's remarkable that she hasn't been caught yet after hitting a half-dozen stores in the southeastern states of America, including places in Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and her most recent heist in North Carolina, especially since she doesn't even wear a disguise. The FBI are on her tail and know exactly what she looks like from CCTV, but they can't even figure out her name. She's also one of the only real-life successful female jewel thieves in history.
She may be the most brazen and dangerous female robber you've ever seen. Look at her calmly walking into a jewelry store on Monday. then proceeding to clean out cases of diamonds and watches. It happened at a Jared vault in North Carolina, and it's apparently not the first time she struck. Authorities say it's her 6th heist since April. She's hit other jewelry stores in Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee. Right now, there is an all-points bulletin for her capture.
Number 6. A downside of this next footage is that the CCTV, while being surprisingly HD, hasn't got any sound, so we can't hear any of what's going on. What's most amazing about this, though, isn't the robbery itself, but more how the employee of the fast food joint being robbed stayed completely calm. Remarkably, it's not until halfway through the video that the culprit pulls out his gun, and when he does, the guy at the counter hands the money over immediately, even when the gun is pointed straight at his head. What's interesting is that the guy clearly spends half a minute or so giving his order before he gets to the actual robbery part. Number 5. Another one with an over-the-top narrator, but this robbery is too hardcore to have a boring narrator, to be honest. As he celebrates hero clerk Hafiz Sahim, who is threatened by an armed robber wearing a pretty stupid looking mask, I might add, and became convinced that the gun in his hand was fake. It's a bit of a spoiler alert that they show her in the interview and they try to build suspense. Obviously, she's not gonna die when she's right there giving an interview, but it's still exciting to watch. She fakes struggling with the cash register and eventually pulls out a battle axe and starts going at the thief to get rid of him. Considering he never shoots her, I assume she was right about him bluffing with the gun. She even chases him out of the store.
Keeping an eye out for police. So Hafize stalls for time, struggling with the register and waiting for her moment to strike. When the goon turns his back, Hafize pulls her weapon of choice. A 3-foot battle axe.
Number 4. This one is hilarious and it went viral at some point because I've definitely seen it before a bunch of times. Its fame is probably all down to the fitting video title. You call that a knife? This is a knife. We see the thief show up and pull out what is actually a pretty big knife. And then we see the store clerk take out an even bigger knife that looks kind of like an old pirate cutlass. Unfortunately, it's silent footage so we can't hear what's going on, but it seems like he gets too intimidated by the giant sword and eventually flees the store with someone threatening to chase him. I can only imagine how much better this is with sound. Number 3. This video is called The Most Incredible Bank Robbery in China, and unlike the last one, this one has sound, which makes it even scarier because we can hear the 2 female employees screaming as a man in an overcoat walks straight in and starts trying to break the security glass apart with a giant axe. We also get to listen to the blaring sirens of the alarm after she hits it, and you have to wonder why they don't have a silent alarm. They stand by and watch him fruitlessly try to break the glass for quite a while. And he even gets bored and switches windows eventually. It takes him a whole 3 minutes to break it a little, and another on top of that to crawl through the tiny hole and finally get to the money. He takes so long to do this that he's immediately arrested upon trying to make his escape. The most amazing thing about this robbery is how pathetic it is. Number 2. In a video only 28 seconds long, we take pulling out a really big knife to the next level by taking on an actual samurai sword. In my opinion, this is a little bit cooler than the battle axe, as we see the cashier chase the robber out at full speed swinging the thing. It is sad that it's not even 30 seconds long and it doesn't have sound. Or maybe it's more of a live action recreation of Kill Bill, minus Uma Thurman and Lucy Liu, and without Tarantino's usual cameo appearance. Unless he's the robber, it's too grainy to tell, but there's always the possibility. In any case, it's clear this guy had no idea what was coming when we see the employee take the sword out from behind the counter. Number 1. The next robbery is in South Africa, and accordingly doesn't use any guns. They instead use massive, heavy metal tools to bash apart the glass door, and there's at least 8 people all working together to break into the store and start stealing all the electronics. As one guy even runs off to grab a shopping cart for them all to use, and someone else stands guard outside. They get a good haul of laptops and other knickknacks too, all to be sold on at bargain prices, I assume. That was our list of the top 10 most amazing robberies caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a video in the future. And hit the like button too so we can hit the golden like of 1,000. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!